Hey guys, what's going on? So brand new token shop just opened up. I'm sure most of you by now already know the thumbnail, the title, the hubbub of the Last Shelter community. I'm sure has spoiled it by now. But we do not have Death Rider in the token shop. We have Heaven's Redemption. So the December P2 prediction by the lovely wizard in our Discord basically predicted that it would be Death Rider for December P1 and then Heaven's Redemption for December P2. And now this is predicated based on Season X release order, which it basically had followed up until December P1. And then they just decided to huck in Wanderer and screw Death Rider. So I know a bunch of you will be very disappointed by this fact. Death Rider's OP. I pretty much tell everybody, use your resources to get Death Rider. He should be kind of your first Season X hero. Him alone, just standalone as a hero with other orange heroes, really overpowered. And there's not really a combination where you wouldn't be using him. If you have him maxed, nobody in the game has him maxed and doesn't use him pretty much. With all of that said, Heaven's Redemption is still a really good hero. So first things first, when we talk about tokens, Season X heroes cost 3,000 tokens. Seasons 1 through 4 heroes cost 2,400 tokens. There are two main ways to get tokens. One, a $5 package. You'll get 100 tokens. You can buy this once per day only. The second way, okay, apparently that didn't want to work as planned. The second way is through the hourly challenge. Completing hourly challenge reward 3 or the golden chest will reward you with 20 tokens. You can do this 3 times a day. So your first 3 hourly challenge reward 3s will grant you 20 tokens for a total of 60. Even if you complete 20 of these quests or these hourly challenge reward 3s, you will still only get 60 tokens. So if you want to spend money, buying these tokens is actually not a terrible plan. Or I guess not a terrible way to spend your money. It's essentially $150 for a guaranteed copy of a hero that you need. That is much, 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 much cheaper than buying super tickets. So generally, if you think about a super ticket, $30 for 100 super tickets. Sorry, other way around. $100 for 30 super tickets, and you'll need at least like 90 of those tickets, pretty much. When you have huge pools, you'll need way, way, way more. So if you have a pool of 5 heroes with the Death Rider, you'll want to multiply that by 5. So, obviously you can get super tickets way easier than you can get tokens for free, or for a significantly less cost. But still, tokens are much, much cheaper than actually buying super recruitment tickets. So in any case, let's talk about Heaven's Redemption, and we'll talk about the other heroes in the pool. This pool isn't like crap just because it doesn't have Death Rider. It's still a good pool, and you're still going to have a question of whether or not to get these heroes. So Heaven's Redemption, we've talked about him before in some of the hero pool videos. He's a great support, really, really top tier support, as you can see from the chart. The hero chart that most of you by now are pretty familiar with. You can place him in the front row. You can place him in the middle row, and you can't really place him in the back row, but I guess you could if you really wanted to, but you probably shouldn't. Well, especially if you have Death Rider or Countdown or Ivan or, a carry vehicle hero. In any case, Heaven's Redemption does pretty decent heals. He has a bunch of buffs and debuffs for his allies and for enemies. He's got great CC in terms of his 5th ability, and then he also has this dodge mechanic or an evasion mechanic that's actually pretty damn OP. If you guys have seen the latest stream that I did with Huddy in our LSS craft, Heaven's Redemption kept making these people dodge. I don't know why I said these people, but kept making the enemy team dodge over and over. We were trying to test basic attacks, and they just kept evading all the basic attacks, so it was pretty annoying. So this ability, his evasion chance or status or whatever, is quite good. His damage, incredibly low. He literally has 0 damage at all. Like, he has nothing that that increases damage. And he's pretty adaptable. So he really only belongs in kind of vehicle setups. You can play him with some other interesting combos. But for the most part, he's kind of a vehicle hero. And that's certainly not a bad thing. The full vehicle squads are top tier still. So yeah, it's definitely not a bad thing. And then his tanking abilities are okay. Like I said, you can put him in the front row, and this because of the evasion status in particular. So Heaven's Redemption, 3 out of 4 hero, really, really solid hero. If you don't have him, if this is going to be like your third or fourth copy of the hero, personally, I would recommend going for this hero. So as I've said, or as I said in the beginning, it looks like it's going back to the hero prediction, or at least the token shop prediction. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. At the moment, we kind of have to throw it out and just sort of guess who the next heroes will be. I'm pretty confident that it's just going to continue the path. So the next heroes that we'll get in January are Koshei, followed by Nomad, and then Kamikaze, followed by Lone Wolf, and then continued on and on. Nomad's really a really, really good hero who you're definitely going to want. You're going to want him more than Heaven's Redemption, assuming that you don't already have a max or you have 0 copies. If you have 3 copies of Heaven's Redemption, 3 copies of Nomad, take the copy of Nomad is what I would say. So with that said, if you're going to have enough tokens to get Nomad in January P2, and you don't need Koshei in January P1, go ahead and get Heaven's Redemption. Go ahead and grab him. You certainly won't be upset about that. Just keep in mind, Kamikaze does follow. So it's going to be Koshei, Nomad, Kamikaze. Again, that's only if it follows the prediction. So do what you want with that information. I would recommend picking up Heaven's Redemption, especially if you're going to have enough tokens to pick up the other heroes, or at least Nomad and Kamikaze if you need them. Koshei you can skip over. He's a good hero, but he's not someone you need like these other heroes that I've mentioned. So let's move on to the non-Season X hero, I guess. So we have Season 2 fighter hero, the Knight. The Knight's pretty bad. She's okay in Season 2. She's actually decent in Season 2 and Season 3. She's like the best back row fighter. But in Seasons 4 and beyond, she's completely useless. Venom Walker is just flat out better than her, and then almost all of the Season X fighters are just better than her. The exception probably being the Wanderer, but even then, the Wanderer might be better than Knight. So definitely don't get Knight. There's absolutely no reason. Even if it's going to be your last copy of her, don't do it unless you have 100 billion tokens or whatever. If you don't care about the tokens, then go ahead. If you're just trying to get your hero power up or something. But in any case, I would not go for Knight. So Vanguard is interesting because Vanguard's a Season 3 vehicle hero. She's one of the 3 sisters or the 3 ladies. She's still a really good hero, even in Season X, and she performs pretty well. Some people have had luck with her in mixed combos. Others have luck with her in full vehicle combos. So I used to run a combination with Vanguard that was Vanguard Countdown Death Rider, and it's very successful. Even in Season X, it really only loses, like vehicle to vehicle, it really only loses to like Heaven's Redemption Organic Death Rider or Kamikaze Heaven's Death Rider. So the top vehicle combos or Wrath at this point. But in any case, Vanguard is still really good even in Season X. She's definitely not like priority, so you don't need her. So again, if you definitely have enough tokens, you have like 10,000 or whatever, Vanguard's not a bad option if you were going to use her. If you have Kamikaze, if you have Heavens, if you have DR, etc., Organic, the other support heroes, then you don't really need Vanguard. But hey, if you don't, then you might think about using Vanguard. Like I said, there's a lot of videos on my channel, a lot of the live streams. I was using Vanguard Countdown Death Rider to pretty good success, to really good success, actually, I would say. And then finally, we have Season 1 Vehicle Hero War Boss. Now, this one's a little bit interesting, and I've talked about this before in my Season 1 tier list video. So if you want to check that out, feel free on my channel. Warboss is one of the 3 Season 1 heroes who have a 7th ability. It's 7th ability active. After using within 20 minutes, what it means is after using for 20 minutes, you'll have plus 100 marching speed, plus 100 vehicle might. And then this has a cooldown of 15 hours. When the skill is not activated, it'll have a 30%. So 30% and 30%. Warboss is actually really valuable in Doomsday. The reason is because of this marching speed. 100% marching speed is absolutely insane. You can't speed up territory marches like with items like you can for a base march. Meaning in a war, or a Doomsday War, I guess they're called, or in Eden, like a Gate War or City or something, oftentimes the bottleneck is going to be speed. Warboss is one of the only ways that you can actually increase the speed. There's another hero, because you're going to want to use vehicle heroes if you're going fast, obviously. There is one other hero, Logistics Officer. Somewhere he exists. He's a purple hero, so where is he? Right here. So Logistics Officer also gains marching speed plus 15. So what you can do is you can run a combo of of Warboss, Logistics Officer, and Death Rider. And you'll basically be as fast as humanly possible. Or I guess not human, because this is a video game, but you'll be incredibly fast. Coupled with marching speed toward territories, or marching speed toward honor structures, depending on what you're doing. You'll just be insanely fast. So that's a pretty important tip for you guys. If you have 0 copies of Warboss, or no copies of Warboss, there's absolutely no reason to get him. But if you have 1 copy of Warboss and you want to get this ability, go for it. It's 2,400 tokens. It is worth it to have, especially in a Doomsday War. It really can be the difference maker. If there is 1 tile between you, like your alliance, if you're on defense, if there's 1 tile between your alliance center and the enemy, and you need to flip that tile before the enemy does, having this hero can really be the difference maker. It's pretty situational, a pretty situational use case, but you can be extremely effective with that lineup that I had previously mentioned. So that's about it for the token shop, guys. I know most of you will be pretty disappointed about no Death Rider, but it's still a pretty solid token shop. Heaven's Redemption is still very good. I would still recommend him if you don't have him. But again, make sure that you'll have enough tokens for Nomad or Kamikaze in the upcoming weeks. So that's about it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys decide to pull from this token shop. I'll try to get this video out literally as soon as possible. It hasn't even been, it's only been 20 minutes, and most of that has been me recording this. So I'll try to upload it as fast as I can so you guys get this information right away. All right, guys, take care. I'm deep in the Doomsday battles, so hope you guys are having fun as well. Stay tiling, stay safe, stay healthy, stay having fun. All right, peace.